Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mridu Bhandari from ET Now, your host for this evening. Well, we've all gathered here today in the beautiful city of Kolkata to recognize and reward corporate excellence in Bengal. Together, we'll be spending some exclusive moments at ET Bengal Corporate Awards, a special initiative for the second year from the Times of India Group and the Association of Corporate Advisors and Executives in Bengal. For years now, the Economic Times has played a stellar role in advocating corporate India's contribution towards larger good. Through various initiatives, ET has always lauded the efforts of India Inc. across sectors. And today we are here to salute and celebrate India Inc.'s contribution in the state of Bengal. On this note, may I now welcome today's chief guest, Dr. Amit Mitra, Honorable Minister of Finance and Excise, Commerce and Industries, Government of West Bengal. Sir, I'll request you to please come for the lamp lighting ceremony. I'll also like to welcome Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia, Chairman Ambuja Neotia Group, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Chairman RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, and Mr. Prashant Jhawar, Chairman of the Usha Martin Group, to please come for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. Also, please welcome Mr. Joy Chakraborty, Director of the Times of India Group, Mr. Jinesh Vanzara, Chairman Awards Committee, ACAE, and Mr. Kamal Jain, President ACAE, for the lamp lighting ceremony. I'll now like to request Mr. Jinesh Vanzara, Chairman ACAE, to please come and deliver the welcome address.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you who have gathered here this evening. It is indeed a proud moment for us today as ET Bengal Corporate Awards is now in its second edition. Business, it is said, is the cornerstone of prosperity in society. Corporates create the resources that permit social development and welfare. A successful corporate is an amalgamation of entrepreneurs and professionals who contribute in creating it. Rewarding corporates thus fulfills the objectives of recognizing both these parallel forces. Reward and recognition, apart from being great motivators, also encourage an atmosphere of healthy competition among such entrepreneurs and professionals, as a result of which the society benefits at large. ET Bengal Corporate Awards has emerged as a special annual event. It has come a long way in bringing about the best from Generation Y and set forth new benchmarks for excellence in their lives. Let us all recognize the seamless effort put forth by the captains of established business houses in making the right difference in business and society. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vanzara. Of course, every award is indeed an inspiration for the recipients. And now it's time to felicitate a very special person. He's someone who has changed business dynamics in Bengal. An industrialist par excellence, he has been the brain behind the multi-sector Indian industrial conglomerate, which comprises of several companies in areas of infrastructure, tea, cement, technology, education, and much more. It is indeed our honor today to bestow on this Bengal Baron the legendary award for his contributions not just to Bengal, but to India as a whole. To give away the ET Legendary Award, I'd like to welcome on stage Dr. Amit Mitra, who will hand over the ET Legendary Award 2014 trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a standing ovation and put our hands together for the felicitation ceremony of the respected Mr. B.K. Birla, an icon who truly deserves the ET Legendary Award. Well, it's time to move now from emotions to business. Ladies and gentlemen, let's once again welcome on stage our first guest of honor tonight, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, for a keynote address.
Ladies and gentlemen, It's a real privilege to be here today. I'd like to share some facts and statistics. In the last 5 years, Bengal's gross-state domestic product grew at a combined annual growth rate of 16.1%. It is the sixth highest amongst 26 states. The state's agriculture grew at 2.56%, while the national growth was 1.79%. The industrial growth rate was 6.24%, which is twice that of the national rate. Service sector at 9.48% compared to the national growth rates of 6.59%. Clearly, Bengal is in business. Growth is possible by living and operating here, and growth has happened. I think it's time for people to start thinking and start investing in Bengal. I'd also like to add that at no times was it easier than now to set up a business in Bengal, to do business here, and to earn a rightful profit from that enterprise. Before I end, my pranams to the living legend, Mr. B.K. Birla, and my best wishes and congratulations to the winners of today's awards. Thank you.
Moving on now to our next guest of honor tonight, I'd like to request Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia to please come and say a few words.
Dr. Mitra, respected B.K. Babuji, ladies and gentlemen. I will just take a few macro points and try to reiterate my own experiences. I think just like we all in business, when we go and take management control of a new enterprise, there are old ways of doing things and you want to bring about changes. There needs to be a readjustment and a realignment and a new understanding of the new vision. And it takes a little bit of time because finally we are dealing with people. I think this government too took its little time to get itself adjusted, and therefore for the first 1 year or a few months more than that, it was not able to give the impression across the country that it is serious in business. And I can see now a renewed energy and emphasis towards business and development. We can also already see a tremendous amount of work happening in the infrastructure sector. Probably Dr. Mitra will brief you shortly, but there's been a robust growth in tax collections, all of which augurs very well for the future that lies for our state. I think it's important to recognize this slight nuance, the nuance that Bengal is an emotional place, where emotions are very important to be served, along with serving the development and material needs. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please put your hands together for our third guest of honor tonight, Mr. Prashant Chawar.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to be here with all of you this evening. Thank you very much to the Economic Times and to ACAE for giving me this honor. My very illustrious friends have already talked about Bengal, and they have great experience of doing business here. Many of you may not be aware of the facts that when my father and uncle decided to found Usha Martin, they had a dream, but very modest means. They signed a collaboration with Martin Black of Scotland in 1960, and then there was a moment of truth the Jawar family did not have enough equity to invest alongside the Scottish partners. And Mr. B.K. Birla, my Nanaji, as I have called him as a toddler, and Naniji, they invested in the friends and family round in Usha Martin. Not only that, at the urging of my grandfather, B.K. Nanaji accepted a board seat in Usha Martin right at the inception of the company, and he continued till he was satisfied that the company is stable and can progress. And the support that he and Naniji have provided, not only to the business community, but across to professionals in various fields. And many of us are today what we are, thanks to their support right at the inception of our careers and of our businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree that he is a giant, not only in our state, but in our country. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Jawar, for sharing your thoughts with us. And I'm now going to request our chief guest, Dr. Amit Mitra, Minister of Finance and Excise, Commerce and Industries, Government of West Bengal, to please come up on stage and award all the winners tonight. And here comes the first category. It's the best CSR idea. The nominees are...
Best CSR idea. The nominees are Bandhan, Infinity Group, Anand Lok.
Bandhan.
Huge round of applause for Bandhan.
বাঙালি হলে বলবেন বন্ধন।
Moving on to our second award category, it's that of the highest job creator. We have 3 awards in this category. The first one is for the highest job creator with a maximum annual turnover of 300 crore rupees. Let's have a look at the nominees.
Highest job creator. The nominees are Maheshwari Mining, aka Logistics, Vedant Fashions.
Well, the winner is Maheshwari Mining Private Limited.
Next, we have the highest job creator with an annual turnover between 300 and 1,000 crore rupees. The nominees are...
Highest job creator. The nominees are Apollo Gleneagles Hospital, RS Software India, Lux Industries.
Well, the winner is Apollo Gleneagle Hospital Limited.
And finally, the highest job creator with an annual turnover exceeding 1,000 crore rupees. Let's have a look at the nominee.
Highest job creator. The nominees are Himadri Chemicals and Industries, Shrey Equipment Finance, Skipper.
Well, the winner is Himadri Chemicals and Industries Limited.
All right, moving on to the next set of awards for the fastest growing company. The nominees for the fastest growing company with a maximum annual turnover of 300 crore rupees are...
Fastest growing company. The nominees are Vedant Fashions, Laupala RG, Infosoft Global.
Well, the winner is Vedanta Fashions Private Limited.
Moving on to the fastest growing company with a turnover between 300 and 1,000 crore rupees. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Fastest growing company, the nominees are Flexi Tough International, KIC Metallics, MSP Steel and Power, Gallant Ispat.
Well, the winner is Flexi Tough International Limited.
And finally, the fastest growing company with a turnover exceeding 1,000 crore rupees. Here are the nominees.
Fastest growing company, and the nominees are India Glycols, Shrey Equipment Finance.
Well, the winner is Shrey Equipment Finance Limited.
Time to move on to our last set of awards, the Best Financial Performance. The nominees for the Best Financial Performance among enterprises with a maximum turnover of 300 crore rupees are
Best Financial Performance. The nominees are Ghanshyam Mishra and Sons, Laupala RG, Infosoft Global, Kopan Mako Services.
Winner is Ghanshyam Mishra and Sons.
Now for the Best Financial Performance of enterprises with turnovers between 300 and 1,000 crore rupees. Here are the nominees.
Best Financial Performance. The nominees are RS Software India, Rupa and Company, Anmol Biscuits, Phoenix Conveyor Belt India.
Well, the winner is RS Software India Limited.
And now for the financial performance by enterprises with turnovers exceeding 1,000 crore rupees. Can we have a look at the nominees?
Best Financial Performance. The nominees are Imami, Shree Cements, Manaxia, Berger Paints India, Britannia Industries.
The best financial performance above 1,000 crores. I assume that's the turnover.
Yes, sir. Annual turnover.
Imami Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for the winners and Dr. Mitra. He has taken out his valuable time for us today and awarded all the winners. I'll request you to stay back on stage, sir. Could you please say a few words of encouragement to our audience tonight?
Well, I'm sure you're ready for dinner, so I won't take much time. When I went to the Honorable Chief Minister, in conversation, I said, Mr. B.K. Birla, the legendary Mr. B.K. Birla, the iconic figure is being honored. She said, please remind the corporate world in Bengal that she herself had the honor of giving the Bongo Bibhushan Award to Mr. B.K. Birla. So I would like to inform you that Honorable Chief Minister was delighted that that is being followed by the great honor being bestowed by the Times of India Group and, of course, ET. Friends, I'll be very brief. Mr. Goenka has already spoken of the aggregate growth figures. Higher for every point vis-a-vis Bengal over India. So Bengal is marching on. That's the message that he gave you. I think it's very important for you to know that in the area of social infrastructure, there is huge buoyancy. Schools, colleges, the fundamental processes by which entrepreneurs look for human capital, ITIs, polytechnics, physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, amazing outcome. The aggregate development expenditure last year, I can only speak of the past, the growth was 32% year on year. Today, India is standing up and recognizing what kind of work Bengal has done in this area. Industrial growth, higher than India. Agricultural growth, higher than India. Services growth, higher than India. Bengal is number one among many areas. I'll mention only one. Lending to MSME grew between year on year by 105% to MSME from banks of Bengal, and the second state in rank was 52% growth. The government has already released a huge sum of money on the road construction, water drainage, electricity power. Are you ready to come and be a taker? So, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor that you've called me. I don't deserve to be here, but I'm here only as a public servant. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mitra. I'll just request you to stay back here. Thanks very much for those very interesting as well as valuable insights for all the audience here tonight. I'll now like to request Mr. Joy Chakraborty, Director and Metro Head of the Times of India Group, to kindly come up on stage and present a memento to Dr. Amit Mitra. Dr. Mitra, would you like to take a seat? I'll also like to request Mr. Gautam Sen, Associate Vice President, Times Group, to come on stage and join Mr. Joy Chakraborty in felicitating our guests of honor tonight. Please welcome back on stage our three guests of honor, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Mr. Prashant Jhavar, and Mr. Harshvardhan Neotia. Let's have a huge round of applause for all our guests of honor tonight. Thank you all very much for taking out valuable time today. Now can I request all the winners of this year to please come up on stage so we can capture your winning moments in a joint photograph.